and welcome back to my channel, Cultured Caitlin, a Fly Foodie. I can't. I'm here with my best friend Monica. I've done a collab with her before.
I want more salmon, more rolls.
Yes. If you remember, we did the giant cinnamon roll video.
Fresh from Carnival.
We just got back from Carnival in Toronto. It was so much fun, and we're going to tell you all about it if you're interested in going yourself next year, or to any of the other carnivals in Miami, New York, or maybe even actually in the Caribbean. So we'll answer a few questions for you. Ready?
Yep.
The first question is, well, what is Carnival? In case any of you all don't know, it's really just a celebration of Caribbean cultures. Pretty much. It's a big festival, it's a parade, there's lots of parties all weekend, lots of Caribbean food, but then the major event is the parade where we walked like 7 miles, I think.
Something like that, something terrible.
But we'll get to that. Yeah, so it's a big parade, millions of people go. I looked it up, apparently Toronto makes about $400 million each year from just this one weekend. So it's a pretty profitable thing, everybody comes. But next question, why did we go to Carnival? What was our reasoning?
It's my bachelorette party! But
yeah, we had a group of us. There was 7, I believe. 7? Yeah. 7, and I think originally it was supposed to be a joint party.
Mm-hmm.
Bachelorette and bachelor.
Justin didn't go.
How early did we start planning?
So we started planning this trip back in January, and that's basically when all the tickets and stuff started going on sale. So you can obviously plan a little sooner in terms of getting your hotel rooms, getting your travel arrangements, because you don't have to get all of your packages, or you don't have to get all of the packages. You don't have to get like your package through the people who are like hosting or whatever it is. You can do everything on your own. So as early as you can start booking hotels and start booking your flights, you want to do everything as early as possible. But the tickets for this specific carnival went on sale about 9 months prior, or 8 months prior.
Where did we buy our costumes? We bought them on that site. What, right? Wasn't it the same site?
Yep.
The actual Caribana Toronto website. They have specific costumes. I don't know if there's a such thing as like making your own costume or buying it elsewhere, but we just bought it through the site, so that way we fit in with the bands, because you have to actually decide what band you want to participate in during the parade, and then buy the costumes for that band. So we were team,
I think it's Team Saldenah.
I think it's Dina. Louis Saldenah is the creator, the band owner, I guess.
Yeah, so there was like maybe 4 to 6 different bands. We were in Team Saldenah, and that is the largest band of that particular parade.
There were 17 groups.
Yeah, 17 different sections.
Mm-hmm.
And crazy enough, a lot of us were in different sections, which don't do that. So if you go with your friends, you definitely want to make sure you are in the same like costume, so that you walk together in the parade, because that just makes sense now, doesn't it?
Yeah, we went for her bachelorette party, but the funny thing is she was walking by herself like the whole time. She was in Sunset. What was yours called?
Sunblast.
I was in Morning Glory. Somebody else, or a lot of us, were in Cherry Blossom. And then what was Mercer in? She was in something else, right? Either way, we were all in different groups, because there were 17 of them just within our one band. And yeah, so like she said, don't do that if you're trying to be together. And then how much were our costumes? So I know I got just the back line, which means I didn't have all the feather collar, and I didn't have a feather headpiece. So mine was fairly inexpensive. And when I say fairly inexpensive, it was still a few $100s. It was maybe about $280 total. But I remember some of the costumes went up to like $800, $900, right?
Oh, they were in the thousands, like
thousands.
$1,200 for some costumes.
Pricey.
I was twiddling in my phone because I wanted to see exactly how much I paid for mine. My costume was $336.96 USD. So I also chose the back line, but I also purchased some upgrades. Costume. So the base, there's a back line, a mid line, and a front line. So the front line is the real people with the real big feathers and the headpieces and all the extra fantastic blingage. The midline has I'm fabulous but not quite as, and then your back line is kind of like the base costume. So
I think I was basic, but I loved it. You'll see pictures.
She basic. So we got, I think almost everyone got the back line and then ordered upgrades, I think. So the base of my costume was a bra, which yeah, it's made my boobs look phenomenal.
I'll insert a picture somewhere in here.
I'm missing a feather. It fell off, but you get a bra. You don't need to see these, but you get bottoms. So my bottoms are just super, super plain because...
Look how tiny they look though when you hold it up.
Low booties matter, okay?
Well, not even that. I just mean that it felt naked out there. It felt real tribal to me. Like we were just, I don't know. Tribal.
And then this wasn't the actual, I don't know if it's not even in frame, but the bottoms weren't just bottoms. So these went on top of the underwear. So this is what you actually saw. You didn't see just the little yellow itty bitty. And I lost a feather from the front here too, but it had feathers on the side.
Yours is so truly bedazzled.
Blingy, I know, girl. And then I had a belt to go around my waist. Because Caribana was going to get whatever body I gave it. So I needed to have a little waist belt just in case the situation wasn't right. Then my little leg pieces. And I had a little bling from my neck. I had my little Wonder Woman bracelets. And I had my headband, which... Some of my hair right now? No. I wore it like this, and I have a few leftover bumps to remind me of my experience. I don't know if it was so hot and I was sweaty, but I got souvenirs. And my collar, which I suppose I could take off now. I don't know, I guess.
I mean, I got bracelets.
Oh, we're fabulous.
What shoes do you wear with your costume? So notice she didn't list any shoes. It doesn't come with shoes. And then you think because it's all cute, wear heels. No, this is a parade, so we're gonna be walking, or you'd be walking a very long time. So pretty much everybody wore tennis shoes. We did see 2-3 girls in heels.
I don't know how they did it.
I don't know. I wish I would have saw them at the end to see if they made it.
The one that I saw was getting it, and she wasn't even in one of those little thick heels. She had on a regular it wasn't a stiletto, but it wasn't a thick heel. She was getting it.
It's dedication. It's dedication that I don't have. I just wanted to participate. So I would suggest wear heels. I'm not tennis shoes. I would suggest to wear tennis shoes. And I didn't know this, but when we went there, a lot of people had decorated their shoes and prepared for it. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Let me just get some tennis shoes and wear them. But they just actually bought cheap shoes and spray painted it and put little jewels or something. They made it nice looking. So if I were to do this again, I definitely would do something like that.
I guess it also depends on your feet too, because if you have real sensitive or fallen arches or whatever, you don't want cheap shoes because you would die. But maybe get some maybe get some inserts or something. I wore these light shoes, so they're real light in weight, and then they had the memory foam soles, and I have flat feet period, so nothing's really comfortable for me.
Where did we buy our party tickets and how much were they?
So we bought our party tickets through the actual Carnival's website. They went on sale about 2 months before. We heard they were going to go on sale at different times, but they all pretty much went on sale at the same time. So the prices of the parties vary. I want to say the cheapest party was maybe $20. The cheapest one we bought was $25. The yacht party we went to was the most expensive, and that was $60.
I remember that.
And then we went to Juvray, which we have been talking about the pronunciation of that all weekend too. So if I'm saying it wrong,
Tell us in the comments.
don't,
It's okay.
yeah, tell us in the comments.
Mhm.
Jouvre was $50.
Where did we stay when we were there? We went to, Carnival in Toronto, and we actually stayed at the downtown Courtyard Marriott.
Yep.
Why did we stay there? Was it just a good price?
Someone suggested it. So my fiance knows a guy who goes every single year, and he was like, the place you want to go is Marriott Courtyard on Yonge Street.
Yeah.
And it was a decent price. I mean, it's what I feel like, especially since we bought it so early, we didn't get the hyped up rate towards the end. So it was like your standard rate. The interesting thing about that hotel is that on that weekend they give you wristbands because they try to restrict outside traffic. They don't want you throwing parties in the hotel room.
Or having like 10 people in your hotel room. It's 4 max, and they try to restrict that.
Yeah.
Or enforce that.
Yeah. And there were still parties in the hotel because I went to one, so.
How much was it? Like, how much did we pay again for hotel rooms?
The overall total was for 2 rooms. So it was about $2,200.
So about $1,000 a room for the weekend, and they only let you have 4 people per room.
So a little over, and then there was like a fee tacked on. So everyone paid like she said, about $280 per person. So that's not too terribly bad for 3 days, for 4 days, 3 nights.
Yeah. Okay. How did we get around? So we actually drove from home to Toronto. So we had a rental car, but who wants to drive the rental car and be the DD and then try to find parking and pay for parking and all that? So even though we had a rental car, we actually Ubered the whole time. And then that was pretty reasonable for the most part, considering we split it. However, they did hike the prices up for the festival.
Mm-hmm.
For public transit, that is an option. It takes a lot of time. If you take public transit now, you know that'll extend your travel. And obviously, we needed time to sleep and just get ready because there's a bunch of girls, people putting on makeup, and we didn't have time for that. What was the parade like?
Long. But it was really fun. I tried to blend in. I did. So, yeah. So what the parade is of course, just think of an actual parade. They've got fences set up, people on the outside enjoying, taking pictures. They're playing soca music the whole time. So it's pretty much just dancing all of that 7 miles. And then at the very end, there's this stage area. And there's a bunch of judges, and they judge each band as a whole, and I don't know if they judge like each costume section within a band, but we went up as a section, and then they play music, you go crazy, you dance, and then you're done with the parade. With the cost of your costumes, like your costume is like your entry ticket. That's what gets you your wristband that Caitlin mentioned earlier, but we also got drinks and food. So drinks just being like water and soda, and then food, we got some traditional like Caribbean food. So I had like rice and beans and chicken. You had a better plate though. Was it you or someone else?
My second plate was better. I got 2 plates. Fact. But the parade was the biggest part of the weekend. That's the major event. But with any vacation, you probably want to know if you have time to do touristy things. So my last question is, did we have time to do non-carnival related activities? And no.
Yeah. Yes and no, I guess. Like if your pure goal is I'm gonna go to the parade, then yeah, you would have a time to do other stuff. But
yeah.
our
parties.
We treated it like the whole weekend as the whole carnival event. So there were day parties and there were night parties. So we didn't have time to do touristy things, but that's just because that's how we planned our trip. So
yeah, if you want the full carnival experience and go to the day parties, the night parties, and the parade, don't forget you need time to eat and sleep, shower. So and we barely had time to sleep.
No sleep. We don't sleep on bachelorette party trips.
Yeah. So plan ahead. Decide what you want to do. If you want to skip some parties to do touristy things, or if you just want the full carnival experience, just know you're not going to see Canada. But this has been our recap of Carnival. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, leave them down below in the comments. Maybe we'll do a part 2. Give this video a thumbs up. share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and don't forget Monica's channel.
What is it? I never call it by name anymore
I can't
because
think of it either. I'll leave the link
yeah,
in the what's it called, description.
yeah. I hope to change it. So whatever it is now, just
Subscribe to her channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye.